Hello Internet, welcome back to yet further Demajen adventures. We're in part 3 of our trip through the rather belated Stormblood Hildibrand content. There's more of it than I thought there was going to be. And it's possible that they came out with like 2 quests per patch. There's 9 quests total. So, and we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Let us continue. Alas, Shigure seems utterly devoid of hair and hope. You look well, Demajen, and I pray your adventures have not been too taxing. Yeah, see, that's got the end of patch, start of a new patch kind of feel. As for myself, the search for the Saburo Soccer hero, as well as Yojimbo, continues. Would that I could claim even a measure of progress. Ah, Shigure, there you are. Oh, he's washed his face. Pixely trees. We thought perhaps to find you inside, my bold man, but I see you are here, and in the company of my stalwart assistant. Bold, you of all people should. Having failed to seize upon new information of value or even passing relevance, we're in the midst of reconsidering our investigative strategy. But tell me, have you word of Jim and our missing sword? Jim? Oh yes, Yojimbo. No, as I was just telling Demajen, I've made no progress since last we spoke. You seem distressed, Shigure. If you yet pine for your lost locks, then pine no longer. We've brought you a hair tonic of preternatural effectiveness. Wasn't this used elsewhere? Really? Well, that is actually a very considerate gesture, thank you. Why not try it right now? Aye, the sooner the better, perhaps. Why are you here, gentle dead man? I say, to meet with Master Zombiebrand and his bosom companions yet again. Truly the Kami have been kind to me. It is always a pleasure to see a man of the old horde, but were you not bound for Eorzea? Why are you yet in the Far East? Indeed, I had thought to return home and rejoin my brothers, and to that end did I call upon the local fisherman to secure passage. It was from him that I heard a tale most fascinating, which compelled me to stay. A Funayure, a far eastern variety of undead, had been seen wandering an isle's shore. As my previous attempts to recruit fellow zombies had met with failure, I thought, why not broaden my criteria and appeal to this ghost, and the spirit of camaraderie? Alas, it is a most elusive quarry, rather shy, it would seem. I sought to learn more of the Funayure by questioning the people of this city, but have been unsuccessful thus far. I see. I realize this is sudden, but in your inquiries, did you hear mention of Jim? Jim? I fear I've heard naught of that particular Far Eastern spirits. Though, to be honest, not all have been willing to entertain my company, perhaps due to my undead nature. It pains me to hear that. In this world, there remain people prejudiced against the living impaired. You seek this, Jim, Master Zombiebrand? If so, I should be glad to help. Grateful as we would be, it might be wise to change your attire. The people's reluctance to speak with you may be due to your passing resemblance to a certain wolfish fugitive who, until recently, terrorized the city. Oh, how careless of me. I shall change into something less conspicuous at once. Then it is settled. When at first you don't succeed, make inquiries again. Let us split up and speak with the men and women of Kugani. Okay, then. Apparently, if you haven't done any Hildibrand, and you have to have done all of Hildibrand to do the relic stuff for 6.25, but if you haven't done any, even if you skip every single cutscene, it's still going to take you about 2.5 hours to do it. And in that kind of frame, it makes you really understand why the Hildibrand stuff is quite resource intensive. I was going to say research intensive. Because there's a lot of it. Jimbo, you say? Yeah, the name does ring a bell. Oh yeah, now I recall. That Lupin fellow was asking after him as well, though that was some time ago. He's since been detained by the Sekisugumi. The Lupin, not your Jimbo, that is. Not that I can imagine why. He's no criminal. Why, when I told him of how my mother had taken ill, he gave me the carbon to purchase some medicine, without my asking or anything. They say he's done terrible things, but a man like that? I refuse to believe it. If there's any justice in the world, he was set free. Oh. So there is more to this tale. You again. You're still here. Let me guess. You're searching for a man named Jimbo. The Sekisugumi questioned me about him not long ago. Very desperate to find him, they were. I doubt they received much help from the populace at present, though. Why, you ask? Surely you've heard the Kagani wolf burglar's been arrested. Despite what the wealthy elite would have you believe, he's no demon deserving of the harshest sentence. If anything, he's a hero to the downtrodden, having shared his spoils with the least among us. If you ask me, the Sekisugumi ought to be taking a closer look at the merchants he targeted. Akabono in particular has been at the centre of many dark rumours. Anyway, in light of the wolf burglar's detainment, many are less than willing to aid the Sekisugumi in their activities, and unfortunately, if they suspect you to be working with them, you too may find your overtures rebuffed. So, possibly a Robin Hood-esque storyline. Oh, you're pursuing that Jimbo fellow. The Sekisugumi were asking after him the other day. I'll tell you what I told them. I've never heard of the man. And just between you and me, even if I did know something, I don't know if I'd want to tell them. You know the Kaguni wolf burglar, the one they locked away? Rumour has it they intend to inflict upon him terrible punishments for this so-called crimes. Madness, I tell you, madness. Every single one of the burglar's victims were among the most notorious scoundrels of the city. Greedy merchants with no scruples whatsoever. What's more, everything he stole he gave to the poor and needy. And yet they decry him as a villain. Fools. Well, it's still their job to keep the peace and police the place, and no, regardless of whether it is for a good reason, theft is still theft. Doing bad things for good reasons is still doing bad things. From a certain perspective, obviously. There are always exceptions to every rule. I see. And what have you learned, Demajen? Apparently, a certain Lupin is rather well loved. Huh. I had no idea the plight of the wolf burglar weighed upon the minds of so many. What exactly did they say? A hero to the poor and downtrodden, a criminal who simply gave away his hard-won spoils. This is all quite unexpected. But whatever aspersions they may cast upon his victims, the law is the law. Even disreputable merchants are deserving of fair and equitable treatment. To ignore their plight is to let the mob decide their fate. That said, to hear that some may withhold information in protest is cause for concern. As a man of the Sekisugumi, I cannot help but feel conflicted. If I may, Shigure, it may be best to dress in less conspicuous clothing, at least for the time being. I hate to say it, but that is a sensible suggestion, surprisingly. Perhaps I should make use of my old kimono. Yet even if I were to do so, my face is already known. They would mark me as a Sekisugumi and perhaps even resent my attempts to deceive them. I've got an idea. Why not ask the wolf burglar? If he's so popular with the people, who knows what secrets they've told him? Ask the wolf burglar? If both he and Yojimbo had designs on the Saburo Sokuhiro, then it's possible they might know one another. Well done, Nashu. I was but mere moments from reaching the selfsame conclusion. I'd like to say Nashu's the brains of the operation, but I feel like they share one. It's settled then. Let's go and question the prisoner without further delay. /nod. I haven't done a single piece of new content yet today. It is 5 PM. Greetings and well met, comrade. If I might have a moment of your time. That we might ascertain the whereabouts of the fugitive Yojimbo, we wish to speak with the Kagani wolf burglar. Will you permit us to enter? Certainly, Shiguro. If it will aid you in your investigation, follow me. Is he not there? That would be a twist. Stock footage. Stock sound footage. Stock. Oh no, he is still there. I wonder whether the Kagani wolf burglar has an actual name. I trust you are enjoying our hospitality. I come bearing questions. Questions, eh? For little or me, you say? Following your arrest, the Ronin Yojimbo has absconded with the sword you stole from Master Akabono. He remains at large. We have reason to believe the sword was his objective all along. Given that it was yours as well, I thought you might know something of the man and his motive. Everyone knows that sword's worth a bloody fortune and then some. But finding a buyer for a masterpiece as famous as the Saburo Sukihiro, especially after word of its theft has spread far and wide, well, good luck with that, says I. He's gone to give it to Greg. Why, they'd surely have to avail themselves of the services of certain disreputable folks with whom I happen to be intimately acquainted. I'd be happy to introduce you lot, as soon as you set me free. What? Absolutely not. That is out of the question. No, we've got nothing more to discuss. Let's be on your way. Now, Shigure, let us not be too quick to judge. If the goodly men and women of Kagani are willing to trust in his good intentions, then perhaps we should as well. An awful lot of people were willing to vouch for his character. If what they say is true, then it would be wrong to see him hanged. He's still committed crimes. I will propose to my superiors that you be temporarily released into our custody for the purposes of our investigation. Should you abide by the terms of our arrangement, you may receive leniency. What say you? I say you've got yourself a deal, Baldy. Will they even consider my proposal, though? The deliberations alone may prove time-consuming, and if they refuse... Remind me, Nashu, do you have that hair tonic on you? I sure do, Inspector. That's as good a time as ever to try it, don't you think? Here? In the... Sorry, that's utterly the wrong voice. Here? In the jail? Well, far be it from me to refuse. Remember to use the whole bottle, my good man. Pour it over your head until not a single drop remains. Oh, Hildibrand used it, didn't he? In a previous quest. I remember now. That seems rather wasteful, but if you insist. It's kind of a shame that they didn't show us wearing the glasses as well. I feel strange. Like my scalp is... Oh, by the kami. Shigure, you all right? I heard you shouting. The light, it binds them. They are too many. And turn and flex and shake and bounce. Perfection! Rejoice, my goodly burglar, as I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinary, have liberated you from your unjust imprisonment. Now see here, Inspector. His hair? It is back. Huh? What happened? Has the prisoner escaped? Still in his cell, I see. But what in the world was that blinding light? 1,000 pardons. One of my associates was carrying small explosives, one of which detonated unexpectedly. I, of course, made her take the others outside immediately, for safety's sake. I believe that explains that? Yes? Yes? Right then, if you'll excuse me. Yes, of course, very good. Wait, when did Sugar regrow his hair? Well then! This continues to be expectantly absurd. Now, how we managed to escape undetected, I have no idea. I can but pray that our ruse will remain intact. The wolf burglar led the others into the waterways below. We should follow. The wolf burglar. Been down here before, and so you might have met my friends already. A contemptible lot, all Kagani's cast-offs. If anyone's heard a peep from your quarry, it'd be them. Come on then, don't be shy. Me? Shy? Can't see the Lalafell anywhere. Oh, you're looking well for a rat bastard. Takes a wolf to know a rat, huh? So what's do we owe the pleasure? And more importantly, how'd you slip free of the Sekisugumi's noose? With my dashing good looks and my silver tongue, how else? I know, with my dashing good looks and my silver tongue, how else? Never you mind that. I need information, Kaju. Do you now? Or is the Sekisugumi at your shoulder the one asking questions? No need to give the lad a hard time. He did right by me and I mean to return the favour. Hey, you mean you're helping him? Have you gone mad? Yeah, well, even if I have, it's nothing you and yours need worry your pretty little heads over. Give us a hand and we'll get out of your hair. Wolf's honour. Not a bad bunch, really. Most tried to make it living on the straight and narrow. Some of you had a mind to join the Sekisugumi like you, but were found wanting for this reason or that. When honest work's no longer an option, that leaves the other sort. The dangerous, the disreputable, the dirty. Someone's got to do it. And so these industrious souls pick up the slack. Maybe they're not the cream you prefer to hobnob with, but while you're in their company, I'd ask that you comport yourselves with a modicum of civility. I should like to believe I've just done that. Forgive me if I've given you any reason to think otherwise. See, fast friends we all are. Right then, I'm after a bloke what goes by the moniker of Yojimbo. Heard tell of the man? Yojimbo? No, can't say it rings a bell. Oi! Any of you know a fella by the name of Yojimbo? Well, there you have it. Might be different if he had a bounty on his head. What do you do anyway? Pissing the Bugyos? Bugyos? Vice porridge? Yeah, if only. Stole the Saborasuka hero, he did. Look at me. That's the beauty. Wonder why, though. Finding a buyer even through the black market would be a challenge and a half. And if he'd even put out word he was looking, we'd have heard about it by now. To come all this way and leave with nothing. Here, let's not call it a day just yet. Assuming this Yojimbo didn't steal the sword for the challenge, there's only two reasons he'd take it. To sell it, or to keep it. If it's not about the money, then I doubt this is his first prize, or his last. Greg. Hark! My keen inspector's sense whispers and speaks of a thieving collector of swords. Yes, there can be no mistake. Oh, what he said, I suppose. If he's a collector, then only the best will do, which means his next target might be... Oh, I don't know. The Ami no Murakumo? Wait, the other sword that we can't pronounce. But I thought that was nothing more than a fairy tale. Do you mean to say the fabled sword of Eld actually exists? A giant kami tried to kill me and my friends with it, but I deflected the blow. It's true, I actually did. I wonder if you only get that option if you've tanked that dungeon. Oh no, I suppose you could have done anything. It doesn't matter whether you were tank or not. You could do it as another class, couldn't you? You what? I have so many questions. But first, where did this all happen? Yeah, because that's the fight with... What's his face? Susano? Is it? How's within the Kojin the Red's treasure vault, eh? If that's the case, then it seems to me you ought to continue searching the Ruby Sea, no? We got friends there. It might well be the best place for us to look. In that case, let us brook no further delay and head to the Ruby Sea at once. You kind of want to try not to laugh when it comes to how stupid this is. But you can't help it. To think that the Aminu Murakumo is not only real, but it was brought to bear against you and yours by a kami of unfathomable strength. In any event, we now know where we might begin, where we might search, the Ruby Sea. Before I may leave, however, there is a matter of great importance to which I must attend. Well, perhaps great importance is something of an overstatement. I speak of the inspector's earlier advice concerning my garments. I'll meet you at the Ruby Price after I have changed. Pray, go on ahead without me, I insist. Black heart beneath. Good swords, good dogs. Truly, there is no rest for the righteous, or whatever term one might use to describe Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Mandeville. All set for another trip into the glittering westward expanse? I know I am. Let us hop aboard the next ferry to the Ruby Price and wait for Shiguri there as he requested. Come along. What if Shiguri's really the villain? Speak with Hildibrand in the Ruby Sea. Hello, chaps. Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Mandeville, what did you have to say? Oh, it's Shiguri. Over here, over here. Hello. Oh. How rakish. By the Kami, I thought you were someone else at first. Well, since it was suggested that I should wear something other than the garments of Iseka Sugumi for a time, I paid a visit to Kagane Dori and purchased something completely unlike my usual attire. Or did you? It's quite the change, but very much for the better, if I do say so myself. I didn't realise you could be so fashionable. Fashionable? Please, Nashu, you give me too much credit. Secretly, he is a pirate rogue. I'll say. Get up with those, Zoe. I don't see that becoming a trend. Not that it matters. We didn't come here to mess about, eh? We've got a collector to catch. Assuming he's after the Aminamama, then we've got to get to the Isle of Zeki. Any ideas? Swim? By air or by underwater passage, eh? Bit more tricky than I thought. Without the blessing of the Kojin, the latter seems almost impossible. What about that bird of yours? Montero, was it? After what the inspector did to him, ha! He'll be keeping a wide berth, I reckon, assuming he's even fit to fly. It was a somewhat traumatic experience for all involved, aye. Forgive me my bluntness, my wolfish compatriot, but it occurs to me that we have yet to hear your motives for attempting to steal the sword. Did not Koju say that selling such a blade would be extraordinarily difficult? It's not stealing to take back what was stolen. That black-hearted bastard prized it for the hands of its rightful owner. He was a humble samurai, lived a humble life, devoid of most luxuries. A righteous man who never turned his back on those in need. Certainly not a young lupin boy who'd fled Doma during the occupation. The two lived as father and son, with few comforts save each other's company. And then one day a merchant came calling, asking after the samurai's sword, asking him to part with this one prized possession. But a sword is a samurai's soul. He'd sooner die than sell it, even for a fortune. But the merchant, he's not the sort to go quietly into the night. He changes tack and worms his way into the samurai's affairs. Small sums at first, but bigger than bigger. For he knows that the samurai is the merchant a veritable mountain of coin. And so he pledges his blade as collateral. The samurai worked day and night to reclaim his honour, but while strong in spirit, he was weak in body. He fell sick and soon after passed away, leaving his lupin charge alone in this unjust world. All this time, you only... He left Kagani for a time and returned years later from Yansha, having learned the ways of the shinobi. They might honour his doing really well at selling the drama of this situation, aren't you? He left Kagani for a time and returned years later from Yansha, having learned the ways of the shinobi, that he might honour his adoptive father by helping others, as he had helped him as a child. A chivalrous guise for a personal vendetta, perhaps. More than anything, he yearned to reclaim the samurai's sword, the last surviving memento of their time together, that he might wear it with pride. A likely tale! All this time, Master Akabona was your main objective. When you broke into his shop in the Rakusa district, you were searching for the sword. You kept a close eye on him, even as you continued to target other disreputable merchants, that you might drive him to take additional measures to protect the sword, knowing that in so doing he would eventually reveal its location. Then it is settled! The Saburo Sukihiro must be returned to its rightful owner. Hey, if it's so hard for people to reach the Isle of Zeko, how was Yojimbo planning to get there? That I do not know, but regardless, if he was headed there, someone must have noted his passing. I say we question the pirates to Sakazuki, and see if any have observed a traveller resembling Yojimbo of late. We are of the same mind, Shiguri. To Sakazuki, post-haste! Hildibrand, always waiting for other people to have their say. Where are we going? Over here. I've just remembered that I haven't taken my laundry out. 1 second. Right. Multiple things conspired against me there. I've forgotten what I even... Was it laundry that I went to originally go and get? I forgot. Anyway, where were we? We were questioning the pirates of Sakazuki. You again. Oh, I remember you. Looking for more dead men. No. A veil-thin samurai with a wide-brimmed hat and oversized gaiter. Oh, it's not just me that's noticed that Yojimbo is very, very thin. A traveller like that would not escape my notice, which is to say I'm confident I haven't seen him. Sorry to disappoint you. Not at all, my friend. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us. As I said before, my good woman, when at first you don't succeed, make inquiries again. Let us away. What was that? Lanky samurai with a large hat? As it happens, I spoke with a traveller like that. Had a dog with him too. Sure enough, he had a mind to head to the Isle of Zeki. And imagine why, what with the red being as unwelcoming as they are, and there being no place to dock a boat. I told him as much, but he shrugged it off and went on his merry way. Who did the grit? Did see that dog of his not long ago, on the beach below, wandering about, I hope he didn't abandon him. You have been tremendously helpful. 1,000 thanks to you. Surely the canine in question is Daigoro. We must gather the others and search for Jim's beloved companion at once. Why has he left Daigoro behind? Daigoro! Here, Daigoro! think I see him over there. Huh? Maybe he doesn't like us anymore. No, you just got to give the pup the right incentive is all. That's the wrong voice. Can't remember. Incentive? Ah, a tasty treat. It's gold, isn't it? Surely it can't be that simple. See for yourself. Yeah, because he jumps for all the gold in the Yojimbo fight, doesn't he? So, that's all it takes to win him over. A single Koban, greedy little thing. Hush, Shigure. Daigoro is a good dog. Now he will lead us to his master. Straight into the sea. Or towards heaven on high. I suppose he's gone to the docks in the village? No? Ah! I hadn't realised he'd got such impressive shoes. This is quite a fix indeed. Daigoro, what are you doing here? I thought I told you to wait for me. Hildy? Jim, my good man. I mean, you rapscallion. You've nowhere to run. Cease your shenanigans and relinquish the Saburo Sukahiro at once. I would do no such things. Ever since I was bested by your tight-lipped associate over yonder, I yearned for an opportunity to redeem myself. And so I set about searching for stronger swords with which I might bring my everything to bear. I thought to claim victory with the Ame no Murakamo in hand, but if circumstances demand we settle this here and now, then so be it. Stay your hand, my friend. Though I know you only mean well, securing the sword is a grave responsibility which falls to... I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, will resolve this conflict and reclaim the sword. Prepare to be amazed, as the Saburo Sukahiro is delivered into my waiting arms. Yes. Daigoro? Oh, Daigoro, come here and let Hildy give you a great big belly rub. Daigoro, you're doing no such thing. What? Betrayed? Inspector does come from a wealthy family, so maybe he smells of money. The wealthiest family. Until you surrender the Saburo Sukahiro, I will give Daigoro the most furious of belly rubs, thereby depriving you of the pleasure. Such is my ultimatum. Daigoro? Daigoro, return to me this instant. Oh, finally, you win. The sword is yours. By the Kami, I can't believe that actually worked. Inspector Hildibrand's powers of negotiation are most impressive. Uh-oh. Mommy! The powers of gravity are no issue for Inspector Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry. Outfit change time. Yes? Yes! Where's the sword? Wait, where is the Samoa Sukahiro? Right where it belongs. You fiend, return it at once. That's far enough, all of you. Bugger me, where did they come from? Ah, this isn't over. Shigure, what is this I hear about you setting free a notorious fugitive? Explain yourself at once. Well, you see, Inspector Hildibrand and I, in order to track down Yojimbo and the Samoa Sukahiro, we needed to enlist the assistance of the wolf burglar. To that end, we moved him from the jail, temporarily, of course. We have every intention of returning him to his cell. Well, shit. And how do you intend to do so when your prisoner has taken flight? Shigure, I charge you with aiding and abetting a criminal in their escape. This is not going well for this poor chap. Be reasonable. You know full well that everything Shigure did was to achieve a greater good, to uphold the law of the land. We will return with the Samoa Sukahiro and the wolf burglar, I swear to you. Ashu just claps. I shall add my say. Your actions in service to the Sekisugumi are not unknown to me. Nevertheless, Shigure must be held to account for this. To make an exception at your request would only compound the offence. No man is above the law, not even our own. Aww. Well, we tried to do the right thing. And that is what counts. Poor Hildy. He is at a loss. Well, I mean, I'd love to say that went as expected, but I have no expectations when it comes to the Hildibrand quest lines. What a miscarriage of justice to see Ashigure spoot away like a common criminal, in complete disregard for the extenuating circumstances. It falls to us to find a way to right this wrong. But this is no place to devise a plan. To Kagane, my friends. Nod. Nod indeed. Good swords. Good doggo. Oh, Hildibrand. Oh, my good woman. I hardly know where to begin. Ever since I returned, I've been racking my brain trying to conceive of a means by which we might free Shigure from his predicament, but to no avail. By absconding with a sword, the wolf burglar has done us no favours, and yet I do not think his tale of the samurai in Akabano was a lie. My keen inspector's sense tells me that the many threads of this tale are converging upon a single point not far from now, in which all truth shall be laid bare for us all to see. Oh, that's what I like to hear, and I agree. I don't think the wolf burglar's bad at all. Once the Sekisugumi realise that, they're sure to let Shigure off the hook, don't you think? No. I most certainly do, Nashu. Furthermore, I say that to hasten this most desirous of resolutions, I must begin investigating Master Akabano at once. Hold the fort while I'm gone, my stalwart assistant. Yes, sir, Inspector. I don't know what he's about, but I'm sure it'll be brilliant. Nod? Bye, Inspector. I suppose this day was bound to come. No matter, soon there will be nothing in this world beyond my grasp. Oh, mysterious. My sixth sense, my cutscene sense is tingling. I don't know what that head movement is supposed to represent. I don't know anybody that does that. Oh, here we go. This is what I was expecting to see. What shall it be? The past is never past. That's the name of the next quest. Oh, he is in jail. And he's got a Hildy and Nashu. Oh, and there's the... There he is. Stalky boy. Is he playing the trumpet? Or has he got a spyglass? It is so silly. And I still haven't done a piece of up-to-date content. We've got 2 more quests to do. We will do those in the next episode. Sorry this one's been a bit of a mess. It's been all over the place in terms of interruptions. Hopefully I will have edited it together in a way that you won't have even noticed if it weren't for the fact that I've admitted that it was a mess. Ignore that! Until next time, thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been an enjoyable thing. It's certainly enjoyable to play, but whether my bizarre facial expressions have been amusing enough for us to consider this content, who knows? Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe out there. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.